There are several ways that marijuana laws affect each and every American, and I hope to show you how it really does affect you, whether you smoke it or not. Our current policy affects issues like global warming, the energy crisis, deforestation, the economy, and human rights, just to name a few. This is important stuff, so listen up. First, let's look at the economic and human rights effects. 60,000 Americans are in prison for marijuana violations at any given time. It costs the taxpayers an average of $30,000 per year per prisoner just to house them. And since arrests for marijuana are greater in number than all violent crime combined, we can easily double that number per person when we factor in the wasted police and court resources dealing with this issue. Also, these nonviolent prisoners now are no longer paying taxes themselves, so you can throw another $10,000 at least on to that number. Now we're at roughly $70,000 per prisoner per year. We are paying an annual cost of $4.2 billion to continue persecuting peaceful people who use a certain harmless herb. Now, if we factor in the economic boom that will result in industrial hemp farming and related industries, it becomes a no-brainer. Here's what 1 acre of hemp can yield: 2 to 3 tons of paper and fiberboard building material, 300 gallons of oil for use as fuel or plastic manufacturing, 24 tons of rope, lace, and linens, and a ton of food products, among other things. Just think of all the school books that can be bought with the money that is being wasted in imprisoning only one victimless criminal. Just think how clean our airport bathrooms would be if we freed up the money currently being siphoned out of our pockets because of marijuana and hemp prohibition. Just think how many jobs would be created by industrial hemp in dozens of capacities. We can become an energy-independent nation that actually manufactures products again. Hemp is one of the most efficiently growing plants on the planet and grows just about anywhere. So we're beginning to get into the environmental effects. The Brazilian rainforest is being leveled for paper and building material, and to use the cleared land for soybean farms, which, by the way, leave the land barren for decades. You know, we have a need to feed cattle food that is rich in amino acids. Only we've opted for a less environmentally friendly solution in soybeans. Hemp fields yield more than enough paper for our needs and fiberboard that is stronger than wood. The seeds are the richest food source in amino acids in the world, second only to soybeans, except it leaves the land more fertile than before. Of course, I've already covered the ethanol solution to the energy crisis in hemp, which is 10 times more efficient than corn ethanol production. I understand that many people feel like marijuana laws don't affect them. They don't smoke it. Some do and just have never been arrested. Some aren't aware of the enormous industrial potential of the plant. Some are ignorant of the medicinal benefits and the testimonies of thousands of medical marijuana patients who could not live the same quality of life without it. It's important to remember our fellow Americans who are suffering because of our reluctance to take an activist approach about an issue that may not affect us on a day-to-day basis, but when we have a clear waste of public monies on an issue that many Americans don't agree with, it does affect us. When people are needlessly suffering in prison or in pain, it does affect us. When we are at war over oil while the answer is right under our noses, it does affect us. We can be so much smarter about this issue. And I urge you to behave like this issue affects you as much as it really does.